Welcome to game 2 of the series, Star-Crossed Kings. This is, CaptainSPrice is up 1 right now. Redwings defending his throne. Must win this game not to be dethroned and, begin the reign of a new king. A flamethrower living king. CaptainSPrice. We're going to see a little revenge here from Redwings, I think. Opening with 5 combat engineers. And CaptainSPrice is going to open with a sniper, which we've seen him do a lot recently. I'm curious if he's going to be able to make this work against massive combat engineer spam. I guess we'll find out. So, let the games begin. CaptainSPrice has Oster in the north will field lightning war, close air support, and Jaeger armor. And Redwings will field Lend-Lease, terror tactics, and defensive tactics. And I'm not really sure what Redwings is gonna do from a 5 combat engineer opening. As far as commanders, I could not even begin to guess. So, not sure. He certainly will be able to take a lot of territory extremely quickly with this opening, of course. Taking control of the entire left side almost before we even get to the 2-minute mark. Getting these strategic points under control as well, and sending one of the squads into a pretty aggressive location here in the building to secure vision and get a little information about what his opponent is doing. Will give that sniper some early free kills though. Combat engineer squad immediately has to retreat, and then another squad moves up into a position inside this building. Grenadiers will engage them from a position inside the building as well, and the sniper continues to get hits on those combat engineers. I don't think it's missed a shot yet. CaptainSPrice getting a little good RNG in these opening engagements. Snipers landed every shot on those engineers. Oh, there it is. 5 in a row, though. Not bad. Redwings has captured the entire left side in record time. Before even hitting the 3-minute mark. And is now moving to harass CaptainSPrice's cutoff. And by spamming 1,000,000 combat engineers up against a sniper opening, the huge difference in the number of squads on the field is probably the starkest it could possibly be. The cheapest squads in the game versus the most expensive squad in the game.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. The enemy is firing on our HQ.
Pioneers move to take control of this strategic point over here.
Enemy has broken our supply lines.
Redwings has clipped this wire and is now resealing it. So that CaptainSPrice will be forced to get a hazard removal package of his own. Which I find highly amusing. And combat engineers are trying to brute force grenadiers out of this building. Should be able to do it eventually. Okay, now they'll do it quite quickly. First flamethrower upgrade has completed from Redwings, giving CaptainSPrice a taste of his own medicine against that sniper opening. Oh, the irony.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Sniper actually took a little light damage from combat engineers in the building, but it gets to long range again and we'll start trying to poke at the squads inside. Minesweeper Pios have moved up. They'll be forced to retreat, however. Sniper takes a shot at the Minesweeper combat engineer and they'll be forced to retreat. Grenadiers inside the capture circle should be fine, with only 1 squad of combat engineers left and the sniper picking them off. CaptainSPrice should be able to get this area back under control. Man! If this series has taught us anything, it's that spamming combat engineers on Langerskaya is just the best strategy ever.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Fuel cache going down on this strategic point. Redwings trying to keep his manpower float low. I guess he doesn't want to extend beyond seven squads of combat engineers. I mean, He doesn't want to be accused of being called a spammer. He would never do such a thing. This is a balanced build. Throwing in some fuel caches. These squads make their way up the right side, and this squad is going to have to retreat. Continues to simply stall, basically, by securing building control, try and reduce the amount of damage he receives from his opponent's long-range infantry. One-man combat engineer squad has to retreat over there, and the cache being on this cutoff will, of course, prevent this harassing grenadier squad from cutting off Redwing's resources on the left side, buying him quite a bit of time if that Grenadier squad were to decide to try and destroy that cutoff. They will instead, of course, move to take control of that munitions, and Redwings is going to go tier 3. His opponent last game went with no core units straight into 2 IS-2s. Redwings, however, has chosen terror tactics, which I'm not sure I've ever seen before. And he will have access to the KV-8, and the ML-20 is great on this map. Bomb strike, sure. So it actually looks like a pretty solid commander. I'm surprised I don't see it more often. It just doesn't have an IS-2 or an ISU or T-3485s, but the KV-8's alright. Bomb runs pretty good, and ML-20's pretty good. There's worse commanders out there, for sure. But I guess most commanders that have these features are more appealing, so you just pick those instead of this one. It does have shock troops. Whether or not Redwings decides to field any, not sure. He hasn't invested that much munitions into flamethrowers yet, only 2 flamethrowers purchased so far. And CaptainSPrice is getting himself a medic station here in his base to try and heal that sniper, which he's got to be very careful with. He's already got 17 kills, picking off combat engineers left and right. Minesweepers will get that munitions back under control, and 2 squads are being deployed to try and harass the right side, but Grenadiers in the building will provide vision for this upcoming push, and Grenadiers are being deployed to counter. The sniper has been fully healed in CaptainSPrice's base and is making its way out as well.
The territory is out of contact. The sector has been cut
Incendiary round on the flamethrower squad only inflicts 1 model loss. It's basically 45 wasted munitions. Unfortunately, some mines going down over here on the road, another squad being forced to retreat, and CaptainSPrice appears to be managing the combat engineer spam quite well, but again, Redwings is not making nearly as much infantry as his opponent did last game. He also had conscripts sprinkled into the mix, 3 squads of conscripts, I think, in addition to all of his combat engineers. Redwings has shifted that portion of his manpower into this tier 3 structure and T-70. Once the T-70's out, that sniper is in a lot of danger. And I don't think there's any teller mines anywhere either. A lot of munitions being spent by CaptainSPrice on the incendiary round, on his minesweeper, and on the medic station. So, although he's had pretty good early game map control, no teller mines that I'm aware of.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
And that T-70 is gonna be a pretty serious problem. Combat engineers making a big push to try and force retreats from grenadiers so that they won't be able to get off a Panzerfaust. That squad won't be able to get one off either. All grenadiers protecting the sniper have had to retreat, and so the sniper will have to retreat as well. An anti-tank gun is on the field, so that T-70 can't do anything too crazy. And it looks like rather than try and chase and kill the sniper, the T-70 will simply do counter-harassment duties on the left side, forcing these harassing squads to retreat or reposition. Meanwhile, Redwings will take advantage of the pressure as T-70 is applying on the left to take control of all territory here. Come on, game. Center victory point. Right side fuel.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Everything will fall into his control. Sniper has made its way outside the base, has a small amount of protection from the AT gun here. The T-70 is going to have to take a wide path to look for an angle of attack, try and land a shot or 2 on that sniper to take it out. A second anti-tank gun has arrived for CaptainSPrice, and his huge investment into low-tier units makes me think maybe close air support, but no way of saying for sure. No battle phase 2. So I'm still not sure what he's thinking as far as commander selection this game. Redwings has great map control and harassment here, but still a little behind on victory points. Victory points haven't really gone anywhere, and Redwings is going to make a squad of shock troops. Interesting play. And there goes the T-70. 2 AT guns placed in a really good position to catch Redwings a little bit off guard there, and the T-70 will be taken out. Shock troops trying to close in on these Grenadiers, but they're taking sniper fire in the process. Look at that incendiary round. Not even sure those are going to survive. No, they do not. Their very first engagement, they get wiped by a huge incendiary round. That was definitely worth the 45 munitions he spent on it.
That's it! Fully reinforced!
28 kills on that thing now. That engagement went extremely poorly for Redwings. He lost his T-70, he lost his shock troop squad, and he's back to his opening of 7 combat engineers only, while Price's army grows. Vet 2 sniper now, 2 AT guns on the field, and interestingly enough, a scout car. Possibly to provide vision for his AT guns, possibly just because it's a solid counter to combat engineers. It's a little late for it, but it doesn't cost that much, so I guess why not? I don't know.
Enemy has broken our supply lines. Grenadiers ready! Headed to the fatherland.
Fuel cache, getting some repairs over here on the left side. Redwings has gone with a half-track. A half-track with flamers inside is certainly a significant threat to this sniper, but it's probably not going to have much easier of a time navigating around these AT guns than his T-70 did. Got to be very careful with that. And after this next engagement, he will probably be at the command points that he needs to field a KV-8. Unless he goes with an ML-20. ML-20 wouldn't be too bad against what CaptainSPrice is doing so far, but it looks like we're not going to see close air support. Well, maybe. You can go Battle Phase 2 into close air support. I don't know. He still hasn't picked. 7 command points in. Still not sure what he's going to do. Half-track is looking for that sniper, I think, but it's going to disengage because that 222 is a little too scary. I guess. There is a mine right here, but other than that, I don't see... Oh, there's one as well. So the 222 can't really be too aggressive. It's a pretty dangerous area for that thing to be driving around. CaptainSPrice, I guess, has a kind of general sense that Redwings probably has sufficient protection for that half-track and does not aggressively engage across the road.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Engineer standing by. Standing by.
What's that plus symbol? I don't even know what that means. What is that? Is that like a buff or something?
You need something demolished.
That's new. I have no idea what's happening right there. Redwings is making no progress over here on the right side whatsoever. Grenadiers will be forced to retreat, however, by the half-track, making its way up the left. Kind of wondering what Redwings is going to do. If he gets a KV-8 next, he's gonna be a little bit lacking in anti-Tiger stuff. Oh, but CaptainSPrice does not have access to a Tiger. He went with Jaeger armor. He'll have access to an elephant, but I guess he's gonna go, yeah, tier 4. There it is. Tier 4 going up from CaptainSPrice, and I'm thinking he's gonna go with probably a Broom Bear or Panther or something. Some kind of austere tier 4 unit. Broom Bear would probably be pretty good against what he's currently up against, but Redwings does have 175 fuel. If he feels like maybe the KV-8 is coming, I don't know. Maybe he'll wait and see what Redwings does before making his decision. He does have to accumulate a little bit more fuel before he can field anything anyway. Alright, Redwings has gone with the KV-8 and is making his way across the right side with it. So CaptainSPrice will have to manage that carefully. Once he sees it, I suspect he'll probably go with a Panther of his own, unless he can take it out with just AT gunfire. And he's off to a pretty good start to do so already. Redwings is going to deploy fear propaganda artillery on the AT guns, I think. Doesn't look like it's working though, and the KV-8 is dead. There goes the KV-8. Fear propaganda didn't work at all. I feel like it might get through the entire barrage. Yeah. That was pretty unlucky actually for Redwings. Every single shell did nothing. Half-track dies too, and Redwings is reduced back to only 7 squads of combat engineers.
You can now use propaganda against the enemy again.
And there's a retreat. Not that helpful now. Would have been helpful on that pack. Kind of surprised it got through that whole barrage without retreating at all. I feel like the odds of that happening are probably extremely low. But I don't actually know what the odds are of pinned/retreat. Yes, it does. Stavka, you can make an AT gun retreat with propaganda artillery. It's the only way to make an AT gun retreat. You can't retreat them manually. It's kind of cool, actually. Pioneers making their way across the left side. CaptainSPrice actually has lost a lot of map control, considering he's fighting only against combat engineers again. I really don't understand what the deal is with the rotating plus symbol over there, even after it's dead. That's got to be a bug. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean when not bugged. Demo charge wipes out a grenadier squad. CaptainSPrice is going to field himself a new one now. A couple of squads making their way across the left side to take control of this fuel point. And Grenadiers will get the strategic point. CaptainSPrice breaking free of his base, getting all the territory back under control while Redwings builds an ML-20, apparently. Since he's up against Jaeger armor, Stuka Bomb Strike will be able to destroy this, should Redwings allow him to get vision. Sufficient munitions. CaptainSPrice is currently a little bit low on munitions. That situation is about to change as he gets the entire map back under his control. Interesting choice to keep his AT guns in the base. I've seen that twice today. I guess players would rather just not risk losing them than have the potential advantage of them being in the field if a tank should arrive. And he just accepts the risk of a new KV-8 from Redwings. Forcing him off the field. And a Panther is in production
Engineer standing
from
by.
CaptainSPrice. And I do not claim to understand what I'm currently seeing, so it appears to be it appears to be these combat engineers committing mass suicide. So I guess we're looking at the end of the game.
Awaiting command. Planted.
I have a feeling this ML-20 is going to fire the shot that kills everything. Okay. 2 men survived, though. Those guys were cowards. No, they weren't. They were actually the worst offenders. They were forced to watch all of their friends die and then run into the flames afterwards. Well, that's the game. Redwings has been dethroned. Good game. Axis wins. And CaptainSPrice is our new king. So I'm going to open up the raffle once again. We're going to get a new challenger. GG.